Good afternoon, class. So, we are still in the physical education, and our lesson in this afternoon is all about skill related physical fitness. Again, our lesson in this afternoon is skill related physical fitness. The physical qualities that enable a person to perform motor skills needed in a various sports are called skill related fitness components. Skill-related fitness components focus more on performance of skills than a good health. Here are the different skill-related fitness components and the suggested physical activities and exercises to help improve these components. So these are the components of skill-related fitness. This is the 6 components of skill-related fitness. The first one is the agility. The second one is the power. The third one is the coordination. The fourth one is the balance. The fifth one is the reaction time. And lastly, the speed. So that is the 6 components of skill-related fitness. So the agility. The first components is the agility. Agility is the ability to quickly and accurately change direction while still keeping control of the whole body. Agility is the ability to quickly and accurately change direction while still keeping control of the whole body. And the example of the agility is the basketball, football, dodgeball, and boxing are some of the sports that require agility. And my example is the hexagon agility test. Again, my example right now is the hexagon agility test. And hexagon agility test is this is a simple agility to this is the simple agility test to perform requiring limited equipment and space. Again, hexagon agility test and this test is the simplest agility test to perform. It requiring limited equipment and space. And the purpose of the hexagon agility test is that to measure the ability to move quickly while maintaining balance. Again, the purpose of the hexagon agility test is to measure the ability to move quickly while maintaining balance. So the equipment that you needed in the hexagon agility is the tape measure, stopwatch, chalk, or tape for making the round. And the procedure that you needed in hexagon agility test is the first, start with both feet together in the middle of the hexagon, facing the front line. Second, on the command go, jump ahead across the line, then back over the same line into the middle of the hexagon. Third, continuing to face forward with feet together, jump over the next side and back into the hexagon. Fourth, continue this pattern for 3 full resolution. Again, continue this pattern for the three full resolution. And lastly, perform the test both clockwise and counterclockwise. Again, for the last, perform the test both clockwise and counterclockwise. Next is the power. Power is the ability to convert energy into force quickly. Again, the power is the ability to convert energy into force quickly. For example of this is the martial arts, taekwondo, and weightlifting are some of the sports that require power. For example of power is the basketball pass. The purpose of the basketball pass is to measure the explosive strength and power of the upper body muscle. The equipment that you needed is the basketball throwing area. So we have two procedure for the basketball pass. The first one is sit on the floor on buttocks with the head and back resting against the wall while the legs are stretched in front of your body. Second is using the chest pass. Push the ball with two hands as far as possible. Make sure that your head, shoulder, and buttocks remain attached to the wall. Another example is the standing long jump. Another example of the power is the standing long jump. The purpose of the standing long jump is to measure the explosive strength and power of the leg muscle. Again, the purpose of the standing long jump is to measure the explosive strength and power of the leg muscle. Your equipment that you needed is the tape measure accurate to 0.1 centimeter, at least 3 meters long, and placed firmly on the floor. Next is the meter stick. The procedure that you needed is stand behind the takeoff line. The tips of your shoes should not go beyond the line. As you prepare to jump, bend your knees and swing your arms backward and jump as far as you can. Next is the coordination. Coordination is the ability to use the senses together with the body parts to perform motor tasks accurately and smoothly. Coordination is the ability to use the sense together with the body parts to perform motor tasks accurately and smoothly. For example, is the kickball, tennis, and badminton are some of the sports that require coordination. For example, is the paper juggling. Paper juggling, paper juggling is a physical human skill involving the movement of an object, usually through the air. Again, the paper juggling is a physical human skill involving the movement of an object, usually through the air. The purpose of the paper juggling is to measure the coordination of the individual in the performance of motor tasks. Your equipment that you needed is a piece of crumpled cotton band. So for the procedure we have two procedures only. Stand comfortably on an area with no distraction. Stand comfortably on an area with no obstruction. Second is hit the crumpled paper 6 times alternately with right and left palm in upward motion. And speed, reaction time, and agility may influence the level of coordination. So in coordination, you can see the speed, reaction time, and the agility. Next is the speed. Speed is the ability to perform movement quickly. Again, speed is the ability to perform movement quickly. For example of this is athletics, football, and basketball are some of the sports that required speed. For example, is the 40-meter sprint. Again, for example, is the 40-meter sprint. And the purpose of the 40-meter sprint is to measure running speed. Again, the purpose of the 40-meter sprint is to measure running speed. Your equipment that you needed is the stopwatch, running area with known measurement for running area with the 40 meters, and your procedure is that stand behind the takeoff line. The tips of your shoes should not go beyond the line, and the signal go, run to the finish line as fast as you can. Next is the balance. Balance is the ability to maintain the center of mass over a base of support when moving or stationary. Balance is the ability to maintain the center of mass over a base of support when moving or stationary. For example of this is gymnastic. Gymnastic is a sport that requires balance. For example, is the stork balance stork balance stand test. And the purpose of the stork balance stand test is to assess the ability to balance on the ball of the foot. The purpose of the stork balance stand test is to assess the ability to balance on the ball of the foot. Your equipment that you needed is the flat non-slip surface. Again, the flat non-slip surface and the stopwatch. So for your procedure, remove the shoes and place the hand on the hips. Remove the shoes and place the hands on the hips. Second is position the non-supporting foot against inside knee of supporting leg. Position the non-supporting foot against the inside knee of the supporting leg. So this is, you can do this. You can put your hands like this, or you can put your hands on your hips. And lastly is raise the heel to balance on the fall of the foot. Raise the heel to balance on the ball of the foot, like this one. Nag-tiptoe siya. So that is the stork balance stand still. Next is the reaction time. Reaction time refers to how quickly the brain can respond to a stimulus and initiate a response. Again, reaction time refers to how quickly the brain can respond to a stimulus and initiate response. For example, is the swimming, athletics, and baseball are some of the sports that require fast reaction time. For example, is the stick drop test. Stick drop test. So the purpose of stick drop test is to measure the reaction time as to how fast a person can respond to a stimulus. The higher your score, the faster your reaction time. Again, the purpose of the stick drop test is to measure the reaction time as to how fast a person can respond to a stimulus. The higher your score, the faster your reaction time. The equipment that you needed is the ruler or stick of 24 inches long, armchair or table and chair. So for the procedure is first is sit on an armchair or chair next to the table so that your elbow and the lower arm rest on the desk or table comfortably. Second, the heel of your hand should rest on the desk or table so that only the fingers and thumb extend beyond the edge of the test or the table. Next is the as the tester drops stick, catch it with the thumb and index finger as fast as possible without lifting elbow from the desk. It is important that you react only to dropping of the stick. Again, it is important that you react only to the dropping of the stick. Lastly, your score is the number of inches read on the ruler or stick just above the thumb and index finger after you catch the yardstick. Again, your score is the number of inches read on the ruler or stick just above the thumb and the index finger after you catch the yardstick. Factors that can influence skill-related performance. Factors that can influence skill-related performance is first is pick your parents well. Heredity is a major factor. Next is practice, practice, practice. Again, practice, practice, practice. Agility, coordination, power, and balance can be improved through practice. So remember too that good health doesn't come from being good in skill-related physical fitness. It came from doing activities designed to improve your health-related physical fitness. And it can be enjoyed both by great athletes by people who consider themselves poor athletes. As noted earlier, health-related fitness offers a double benefit. It not only helps you to stay healthy, but also help you to perform well in sport and other activities. So that will be all for this afternoon. Thank you and goodbye, class. Bye.